Hello, my name is Matthew Grado, and today for my presentation, I'm going to discuss Under Armour. They are an athletic company. They were founded in 1996 by Kevin Plank. They were first started by him. He was a football player at the University of Maryland, and he came up with the idea when he was sweating through all his T-shirts, and he wanted to find something that was going to be very comfortable at the same time, but also to be able to contain that sweat and stay cool at the same time. So that's when he started Under Armour. So I'm going to discuss the financial analysis. I won't get too deep into it, but I kind of just wanted to touch base on the two previous years as far as when it came to revenue. 2020, both Under Armour and Nike were hit hard by the global pandemic with the coronavirus. They were in the retail space, they actually had to shut down for 3 months and weren't able to really fully be open. And then when they were open, they weren't able to be at full capacity, so that kind of affected some of their sales. The way they were able to kind of uh, counter that situation is with e-commerce, with digital sales. That was both big for them in 2020, but still didn't make up from like the previous year in 2019, which was Under Armour's best year at 5.3 billion. But to kind of put that into perspective, Nike's revenue dropped in from 39.1 uh, in 2019 to 37.4 billion in 2020, and this was still more than 7 times higher than Under Armour's best year. So that it just kind of shows you how big of a giant how big of a giant that Nike truly is in the industry. So one of the questions we had to answer is, would you invest your financial capital in Under Armour as a shareholder? Why or why not? In the paper, I discussed that I would invest my financial capital in Under Armour as a shareholder, because Under Armour in 2021, they're kind of in a transition period where they're able to reinvent them. They'll be able to reinvent themselves. With 2020 almost being it's a wash year because uh, they didn't have a full year to really accomplish a whole lot. They're still far behind Nike, but they're able to try to look for different segments to try to reach different demographics. Um, what they recently started doing prior to 2020 is they wanted to get more in the women's segment market. And that could be anything from like the women's yoga that they could touch base on to, in my paper, I also discuss maybe that they go look into more um, like youth for like kids. I know when I go in one of the stores for Under Armour, there's a lot of stuff I cannot find for my children. I have to shop online, but it would be nice to go to one of the stores and find shoes for them. I know if I go over to Nike, I can find a lot more product. So with 2021, they are able to reinvent themselves, try to make themselves kind of stand out a little bit. The bar is kind of set low from 2020, so 2021 they should have room to grow, and try to transition into being a real competitor with Nike. So they'll be interesting to see how they do that. Again, yeah, they hit a larger demographic with younger generations. Um, One of the things I discussed in my paper also was with just some of the sponsorships. I know with pictured here is with Steph Curry with the Golden State Warriors with his shoes for Under Armour. A few years ago, Under Armour wasn't even in. They were in the basketball market as far as basketball shoes, but not too much. I know he's helped push that younger demographic where kids want to go and they want to get the shoes because Steph Curry's wearing those shoes. Instead, it was always Nike, Nike, Nike. But now they're kind of starting to shrink that gap a little bit more. So that larger demographic with that, and I discussed it also in the paper, is uh, as these younger generations, as they get older, they're going to be able to purchase, they're going to be able to become adults and they're going to be able to purchase more. So if their preferred brand is Under Armour, they're going to purchase more Under Armour product. And when they're going to start to have kids as well, so they're going to be buying Under Armour product for their children. And hopefully they can keep in touch with that younger generation and kind of, again, try to shrink that gap between them and Nike. Another thing is with the e-commerce is the way of the future. In 2020, we saw that with everything that was shut down with the coronavirus, e-commerce, their digital sales increased. It was actually increasing before 2020, but 2020 was able to see, hey, you could still shop at Under Armour. You could still get our products, our equipment. You just have to do it online. So that's going to be a big segment, and that's probably something that's going to stick around. I guarantee it's going to stick around is e-commerce because it is a way of the future. So for the second question, would you invest your human capital and intellectual capital in the firm as an employee? Why or why not? And for this question, I said yes. You have to be able to believe in the Under Armour brand. If you're going to be there, you want to be able to be proud of being part of the brand. So we want people to invest their 401ks, to invest in the employee stock purchase, just to be proud of the brand. 3 out of 4 employees are proud to be part of the Under Armour brand. 75%. We would like to get it closer to 100%. So 4 out of 4 would be to love to be able to be part of the Under Armour team. There's also tons of perks of being part of the Under Armour team. There's such things as health, dental, 401k, the employee stock purchase. They offer tuition reimbursement, a fitness reimbursement, to keep you healthy, and the teammate discount up to 50% on all gear when you shop online or through their retail stores. So yes, if you want to be part of the Under Armour team, uh, you got to be able to invest some of your capital back into the company.